Imagine walking down a narrow cobblestone street in the summer of 1518. The air is thick, the Rhine River moves slowly in the distance, the smell of livestock and wood smoke hangs heavy over Strasbourg, and in the middle of the street, a woman is dancing. There's no music, no celebration, no festival. She's not smiling, she does not stop, she does not sleep, she does not eat. She just keeps dancing. And within days, 30 more people join her. And within weeks, hundreds. Some collapsed from exhaustion. Some reportedly died. And no one can stop it. Today on The Weird Realm, we're going to be stepping into one of the strangest and most disturbing epidemics in record history. The Dancing Plague of 1518. Strasbourg in 1518 was part of the Holy Roman Empire. Today, it's in France, but at the time it was culturally Germanic and deeply religious. Life in Alsace was brutal. This wasn't a peaceful Renaissance postcard moment. This was famine. This was smallpox. This was syphilis. This was poverty. Crop failures had devastated the region. Food prices soared. Disease was constant. Infant mortality was normal. And superstition ruled daily life. If something went wrong, it was God, or the devil, or a saint punishing you, especially one saint in particular, Saint Vitus. More on him soon. Historical records tell us that on July 14th, 1518, a woman known as Fraud Tofea stepped into the street outside her half-tempered home and began to dance. There was no music, no festival, no wedding. She simply began moving wildly, uncontrollably, arms flailing, body twisting, feet pounding against the stone, and she did not stop. Not for hours, not for a day, but for nearly a week. According to historical accounts, she danced continuously. Neighbors gathered. At first they laughed. Then they stared. Then they became afraid because she didn't look joyful. She looked possessed. Her eyes vacant, her movements convulsive, sweat pouring down her body, shoes filling with blood as her swollen feet split open. And then something worse happened. Others joined her. Within days, nearly 30 people were dancing. By August, estimates range between 50 to 400 people. Men, women, even children. Dancing in the streets, collapsing, convulsing, screaming for help. Some accounts describe dancers begging for mercy while their bodies refused to obey them. And at its peak, some later reports claimed as many as 15 deaths per day. However, and this is important, the actual death toll is uncertain. City records from Strasbourg confirm the dancing, but they do not clearly document fatalities. Some historians believe the death numbers may have been exaggerated in later retellings. Others believe deaths absolutely occurred from strokes, heart attacks, dehydration, or sheer exhaustion. We don't know. And that's the certainty that makes it even more disturbing. Okay, so here's where it gets bizarre. The city council had no idea what to do. Physicians were consulted, and based on the medical theory of the time, overheated blood, they concluded. The dancers needed to dance it out. Yes, you heard that correctly. Officials believed the cure was more dancing. So what did they do? They cleared public spaces, refurbished gilded halls, hired musicians, encouraged the afflicted to keep dancing. They even brought in strong men to hold the dancers upright when they collapsed. This backfired catastrophically. More music meant more dancing. More dancing meant more participants. And the epidemic intensified. Eventually, the council banned music altogether, but by then, panic had set in. Many citizens believed this was divine punishment. St. Vitus was thought to have the power to curse sinners with uncontrollable dancing. This condition was sometimes called St. Vitus dance. In desperation, authorities ordered dancers to be taken to a shrine dedicated to St. Vitus. They were dressed in red shoes, sprinkled with holy water, given small crosses to hold, surrounded by incense, subjected to Latin prayers and rituals. According to contemporary accounts, after this pilgrimage, the plague began to fade, and by September of 1518, it was over, just as mysteriously as it began. The dancing plague was not unique. Similar events occurred in the 11th century Saxony, in 14th century Germany, and in 15th century Italy. One famous case involved Tarentum in Apulia, Italy. It was believed that women bitten by tarantulas would dance uncontrollably until cured by specific music. Music as medicine, dancing as exorcism, religion, folklore, and medicine blurred together. One popular theory suggests ergot poisoning. Ergot is a fungus that grows on rye. It contains compounds chemically related to LSD. Ergot poisoning or ergotism can cause hallucinations, convulsions, muscle spasm, and psychosis. It is even suggested as a factor in the Salem witch trials, but there are problems with this theory. As historian John Waller argues, people suffering from ergot poisoning would likely be too ill to dance for days. Symptoms also vary wildly. It's unlikely hundreds would react in the same way. And ergotism doesn't typically cause synchronized, prolonged dancing. So, while fascinating, most modern scholars reject this explanation. The leading theory today, mass psychogenic illness, also known as mass hysteria. Strasbourg in 1518 was under immense stress. Famine, disease, religious anxiety, economic collapse, fear of divine punishment. Chronic stress can manifest physically, especially in deeply religious societies. When one woman began dancing, others may have subconsciously followed. Their belief in divine punishment could have triggered real physical symptoms. The brain is powerful. Psychogenic movement disorders are documented even today. The body can express trauma in shocking ways. In a culture that believes St. Vitus punished sinners with dance, the mind may have obeyed the myth. This is debated. Later accounts suggest up to 15 deaths per day, but official county documents do not clearly confirm this. It's possible deaths occurred, but were not carefully recorded. It's also possible the death toll was exaggerated to dramatized the event. But we do not have definitive proof, and that ambiguity keeps historians divided. Many dancing plagues occurred during the Rhine and the Moselle rivers, but climates and crop differ. This weakens the ergot theory. What the regions did share: religious tension, social instability, economic hardship, and deeply rooted belief in supernatural punishment. Mass psychogenic illness still happens. Examples include fainting outbreaks in schools, twitching epidemics, mysterious nausea spreading through workplaces, often triggered by stress, often spreading through social influence. But the dancing plague of 1815 remains one of the most extreme recorded cases. So why does the story still disturb us? Because it challenges something terrifying: free will. Imagine your body no longer obeying you. Imagine begging to stop, but your muscles refuse. Imagine collapsing, only to rise and continue. No music, no joy, just compulsion. The idea that belief alone could drive hundreds into physical breakdown is unsettling. It suggests our minds are more powerful and more fragile than we want to admit. This part of this video is going to be kind of something fun, and I'm going to talk about the pop culture legacy that the dancing plague has inspired. One being Florence and the Machine, graphic novels, historical fiction, films like Strasbourg 1518, references in TV series like Legion, but none really fully captured the raw horror of what may have happened on those cobblestone streets. Picture it: Strasbourg 1518. The bells of the cathedral ringing, sweat hitting the stone, red shoes stained darker and darker, and the sound, not of music, but of feet striking earth in endless rhythm. Was it a fungus? Was it fear? Was it faith? Or was it something we still don't understand? Maybe the most unsettling part isn't what they danced. It's that under the right pressure, maybe we would too. Thanks for watching The Weird Room, and I'll see you in the next one.